Can you walk us through the last home invasion that um, ultimately got you convicted
Yeah,
in state prison?
I wish we would have stopped at 10, but we did 50. And
Take us through your preparation for a home invasion.
and we had to do surveillance. You know what I mean? We check out how long the cops come by. Might even call the cops. Somebody did something, see how long it take to get there. We check out the lights for the neighbors. Anybody work at night. We used to hit around anywhere from 12 to 2 or 3 in the morning is when we hit you. There's always a way in. It's always a way in. I don't care if you got alarm, bars, dog, neighbors watching.
Your brother Charlie, he's on the run.
Yeah, and
Uh,
then in '97 February, they accused him of being involved in a home invasion where a police officer was shot. And they said he was in the Badlands over in Philly. He was in Puerto Rico or Ohio, all over the place. I'm like, what? Wait, where? He never left Canada, period.
the untouchables, the bank robberies. You guys are being accused of robbing banks. Well, Charlie is. You're not even being accused of robbing banks at this
And
time.
watch
And Fernando says he has an inside
1.3 million.
for armored truck robbery.
It's going to give us the money. I don't even think it's not considered a robbery. The guy's giving us the money.
Why? And he wasn't a cop.
He got caught with a gun from the evidence locker at his home
You arrive at the rest stop.
in the back of his service row in the back.
The back of the service row in the back.
Yeah.
All right. As you arrive in, you notice a truck is moving. It's like
Charlie says, "Yo, there's a tow truck over there with a guy in it." The door opens. We're like, "Yeah, there's cops in the back of there." So why? And finally, when that tow truck hit us, it bent the whole quarter panel up. I'm gonna get away too. They shot at us. When I was going through the door, they always had MP5s and M16s coming at me. I was like, "Oh shit!" But then finally, they shot me in the ass, left cheek. Charlie got upper leg, got flesh wound. Sully got some head smacked in. They beat his ass up on the ground. And they actually moved our witness.
they find you guilty of the bank
They
robberies.
found me guilty of 2 banks, me and Charlie,
Oh, 2 banks.
2 bank robberies, and attempted robbery armored truck and weapons offenses. Not for the robberies or anything else, just for the possession of firearms and a criminal and a violent offense, which was an attempted robbery. We got life sentence just for that, and we never shoot them. We used the gun. They shot us, and they still life sentence.
Nah, we'll get right into it. Well, listen, it's your boy Del with OPP. We're coming back with a new season, which is really dope. I got Joseph Rodriguez. They used to call him Ninja Joe back in the day from the Ninjas. Who's known for, home invasions with drug dealers. Um, Also, you might have, if you check out America's Most Wanted or A&E, you might see some stories that have some misconceptions about them trying to rob banks and being set up for an armored truck robbery. Shout out Joseph Rodriguez for coming on and telling his story.
How you guys?
Appreciate you. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Glad to be free. Glad to be out.
Yeah. I bet. What you been up to?
I've been laying low, staying out the way.
Mm-hmm.
I've been just helping my sister,
Mm-hmm.
helping family.
Okay.
Trying to get back to people, look out for me.
That's what's up. So let's get right into it. Can you tell us about your upbringing?
I was born in Camden, most South Camden, and Camden back in the day, it was probably still the same way, poor. A lot of people didn't have much. You know what I mean? All they saw was people selling drugs, making that fast money, with nice jewelry, clothes, and the girls, so that's what people saw. When you're young, you'd be like, yeah, that's my role model. So you know what I mean? So you end up following somehow that area, something with crime.
Um, so how did you gain your love for well, initially you wanted to be a police officer, right?
Yeah, I want to carry the gun, drive the fast car, you know what I mean, help people.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, I want to be a cop. You know what I mean? I didn't care about the city or nothing. I didn't care about people thinking bad about me or something.
And when did that change? That you didn't. Well.
Yeah, well, we had a white cop named Canoso back
Uh,
in the day. We're talking about like '85.
okay.
And he used to like beat on people and do some really foul stuff to people. And I was like, oh man, I don't want nothing to do with that.
Mm.
One time the cops ran in our house and stole some stuff and left. Stole jewelry and stuff. We're like, what the hell? I mean,
Wow.
I don't want to do nothing like that. I could do that on my own. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
need to get involved in that. They supposed to be legit. Supposed to be the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they spoiled that from me. They just messed it up.
Wow. And yeah, so that just made you hate military, hate
No, I didn't
police.
hate them. I just didn't want to become a police officer.
Okay.
I still did things like them. I learned tactics and weapons and all that.
Okay. And then how did you transition into home invasions with against drug dealers?
Yeah. Well, beforehand, I was hearing about somebody robbing drug dealers. Like word on the street was, this is like 2 or 3 weeks. You hear people, man, somebody breaking people's houses, tying them up, robbing them. So I thought that was crazy. I'm like, that's high risk. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever does that is crazy. Well, one night, I heard a noise downstairs, a bunch of voices that I don't even know. So I had a little pistol under my pillow. I grabbed my pistol and I come down the steps.
How old are you?
Man, I was like, had to be like 19, 20, around there. And I come down the steps and I hear all these voices. And finally I hear the voice. It's Charlie's, my brother. And when I hear his voice, I put the gun down, but I still got it in my hand. And I get to the end. He got his back to me. I look in the kitchen. And there's 4 or 5 guys, all black clothes on. There's drugs on the table, money, jewelry, and all these guns. And I'm like, what the hell? So one of the guys saw me, was like, yo, what's up with him? And he pointed at me and shit. And then Charlie turned around, look, get the freak upstairs. So I hauled us upstairs and I put one and one together. He had a bunch of cars in front of the house. I thought he was selling drugs. And I was like, oh, they the ones robbing the drug dealers. It ain't hard to figure out. He ain't tell me that, but I just figured that out.
Okay. So then what's next? What happened?
So I was like, his friends drink and smoke weed and all this. I was like, shit, I get a better. I could do it better. If they can do it, I can do it better. Because I never use drugs or smoke or nothing, or drink. So I was like, man, I get a team together and we could do this. And I was like stealing some of his stuff to use, some of his equipment.
Wow. What type of equipment were you taking?
Yeah, he had a bunch of scanners, all different kind of walkie-talkies, binoculars. He had a binocular that was a night vision one. He had all kind of stuff. He'd be looking for it. He know I had it. Joe, you got my shit? Where my shit at? I'm like, damn, hold on, I get it. I had to give it back, of course, until I got my own stuff.
Wow.
Bolt cutters, everything. All kind of stuff.
Okay, so take us through. What is your first home invasion like?
Man, we was terrified. I was so scared.
Was it just you?
No, me, Jose, which is my right arm man, Cello. Me, Jose, Eli, Doc, and Ugly, which is Martin.
Did you go on one with your older brother Charlie?
Yeah, my first one. Yeah, I went with him, his team, his guys, and they scared the shit out of me. I was like, nah, because they took the guy's car. They didn't tell me they were gonna do that. I'm sitting in this car with this crazy guy named Nino, and they went to do the job. They're in the guy's house. I see him go in. They're in, all right. So I'm sitting there about a block away, and this East Canton, where the park is, is an open area. All of a sudden, I see the guy's car coming back at us. So I'm thinking, I don't know what happened, but the guy must see me over here and knows that I'm a lookout or something, and he's coming to get me. Not knowing it's dumb in the car. And they pull right up. I'm scared as hell. I'm like, oh shit! I'm about to ram cars, do all kind of shit, and there's dumb in the car. They just want to ride the guy's car. I'm like, damn! Get the hell out of me.
Wow. All right, so how did you get your crew? Like, how did you pick your guys?
Well, these are guys that I hang with, guys that I trusted.
And even though you hung out with them, were they into the same thing?
They never did any home invasions. They didn't do anything like that. Any robberies that I know of. It was just I gave everybody opportunity. You want to come, you can come. If you don't want to come, nobody was getting forced to do anything. Everything was voluntary. You want to come? This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna go rob this guy. We started low. We ain't start no big boy. We started a little guy, medium guy.
How did you pick the people you guys were gonna rob?
A lot of times, believe it or not, it's somebody that was inside job. Like somebody, the big boy might have did somebody dirty, gave him some bad stuff, or didn't do something, didn't go right by him, and then the person will get word out, or come to somebody we know and be like, yeah, man, he did me dirty, or he owed me money, or he did this, he took my stuff, he ain't paid me. And they'll tell you specifically, like, oh, stuff's behind the wall, behind the fridge, or he got a safe in the basement. So you already got some intel before you even go there. And then little by little, you watch the guy and you figure it out. You find the rest,
Take us through your preparation for a home invasion.
It take us anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour just to get the gear up. Get the gear where it's stashed. We'll pay somebody to stash it. One time we had a guy, he had an old storefront. He had about 2 feet by maybe 10 feet wide. The old storefront window was all boarded up. And we had a little stash. Inside you could take it off, and we had so many bags and bags. Those big green army bags full, about rifles, body armor, all the magazines, all the electronics. We had so much stuff.
Wow.
Windbreakers, the clothes. We had fake, police, a lot of police equipment. And so we had so many bags. By the time we get this stuff, get it to the house, break it all down. It took us about an hour to get everything together, get it on, then to go do the job. And we had to do surveillance. We check out how long the cops come by. Might even call the cops. Somebody did something, see how long it take to get there. We check out the lights for the neighbors. Anybody work at night. We used to hit around anywhere from 12 to 2 or 3 in the morning is when we hit you. That's our time to go in. That people are sleeping, or they're coming back, they're drunk, or they ain't with it right away. They're not alert. Where the dogs are at, any dogs around, things like that. There's always a way to It's always a way in. I don't care if you got alarm, bars, dog, neighbors watching you. There's always a soft spot. It's always a way in.
Especially
Sometimes it's a
you,
person.
especially someone like you who's known for climbing on anything, up
Yeah.
on a roof, on trees.
Well, I climbed up third floor window and used the house bars, the first, second floor, and then got in the third floor window. Walked all the way down the steps by myself. Unlocked the door for my buddies. Passed me my rifle, and we went to work. You know, things like that easy. We climbed up porches. One guy had a AC unit on the second floor on his porch, so we climbed up on the porch using the bars. We used the bars as a ladder. Got up on the porch and made some guy kick. I didn't think it would go in that easy. That thing went in like 4 feet and rolled to the door, like good 15 feet. It was rolling. That's how hard we hit it. You know, your adrenaline's running. When you're doing a job, you be souped up. So when we hit this sucker, it flew. It was me and Cello hit it. It's like it flew in so fast. I was like, damn. I was surprised myself, like how fast it went in. And it started hit the ground, started rolling inside the house. And they all jumped on like, what the hell, that big sound? You know what I mean? But once I'm in the window, I'm right there. He can't react. You know what I mean? If you have a gun, it's over. It's too late.
Wow,
So we're already in.
And you rob people all over the city of Camden.
All over.
Outside of Camden?
Pasauken, Camden, mainly.
Wow.
East Camden, South Camden, North Camden, Pasauken area. I mean, that's what our targets was.
Were there any people where, like, you said you were going to try but didn't?
No, didn't matter. If you was on the list, you was going to get hit. You was going to get it, no matter what. I don't care who you was. It might take me a little longer, like if you had some really good equipment or security. It might take me a little longer, but we're going to get you. I slept in my car one time. I was on vacation. I took a whole week off, and I slept in the back of my car and watched this one dude for a week in the back of my car. Pissed in the container, my little coffee container. Had a coffee mug I would drink, and I pissed in this gallon container. Guy was trying to rob my car while I was sitting there at night. I had to put my panic alarm on and make him go away from the car. He's trying to get in the car. Look at this dumbass. I'm sitting there with my gun, like, what, trying to rob the car? Are you serious? So I scared him away with the panic button, an alarm I had. But I watched this dude for a whole week.
So, you said you were in on this. So, I guess I'm trying to say, you know, there's nobody in the city that you guys.
I don't care who you was. If you was making money, now don't get me wrong. If you a friend of mine, or we know you family, somebody's cousin or something, we gonna hit you because you know we know things go sideways. Or if I mess with you and you was, I know you hang out with the guy. They said here's a guy named Larry, and you was at Larry's house, or maybe you go with Larry's daughter, and you're always around them. We cool with you, we won't hit it.
Okay.
So he's protected. You know what I mean, because of you.
Okay.
We don't want to go in there and then you know to get ugly and then you might get hurt or something. So we wouldn't do it.
Anybody like that y'all like looked up to around as far as you know, who were doing home invasions that were outside of the family?
I didn't know anybody.
You didn't know anybody else?
No, my brother was the one doing it.
Okay.
And from him, I caught on. I started doing it, but ain't nobody was doing it like us. We was, you know what I mean? We had the military grade weapons, AKs, real M16s with lasers and flashlights on them. You know, we had freaking 300-400 rounds of ammo on us. That's just for the rifle. And then we had pistol rounds. You know, shit, we had some of that shit on us. You'd be like, what the hell? These guys going to the military?
How does what got your brother started into it?
Oh, I'm not sure what got hit. I guess where the money is. You want the money, it's where you got to go. You know. But you know.
So, what's the most amount of money that y'all got off of a home invasion?
We usually don't get that much. It was like 20,000, 30,000, but one night we got 100,000 apiece. We didn't even know about the target, but we ended up finding out about it. It was actually the Connect.
Just 100,000 a piece, straight cash.
Oh yeah, cash money, and then shitload of jewelry. We always get guns and all kind of other shit, extra shit.
Jewelry. What did you guys?
You know, when you rob a drug dealer, his girl got jewelry. He's got a kid up. He got jewelry. You know what I mean? It's all like a whole freaking desktop, or the whole thing is around the bed, usually a nightstand. It just be full of jewelry. You open up jewelry, like damn, it's like a jewelry store.
Y'all get money for that too?
Yeah. I would use it for like somebody fixing my car. I'll give them jewelry.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Somebody look out for me here, fix the house, do something. Here you go.
Because I'm sure you guys not gonna go around the next day wearing the jewelry now.
I know other people that did, but I didn't do that. I won't wear somebody's shit. I'm not crazy. But other people I know have done that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be like, I got his chain. He wanted to come get it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. I didn't want nobody to know what I was doing. I was still working. I had a legal job. I always had a legal job.
What about drugs? Were there drugs you guys would take from the house too?
Yeah, we had like a guy that we give back then. It was like 28,000 a key. We had it's a guy that would give us 20,000. No, quick. Like, all you can give me. It's in the book. We read the Uniform Gangster book. Quick as hell. As soon as we get it, he'd be like, I'll take all you can get. That's the good stuff. I'm like, yeah, we only rob the guys with the pure stuff. You know, we don't rob nobody with their junk. We're robbing the good guys, with the good stuff.
In your book, I want to go back to when you talk about, they used to say you got ninja or monkey in you because you would climb. Is it true in the book that you won a bet from getting into one of your guys' apartments?
Yeah. one of my guys bet me $50 that I couldn't get in his apartment because he lived right there by Rutgers. He had Rutgers police watching his place, and he had Canada police watching his place, and he had to get buzzed in, and then he had like a whole row of locks, like 4 or 5 locks going down, heavy duty locks. So he was like, "You can't get in here." You know, and I told him, "I'll be in your house watching the movie. I'll be in your house, you know what I mean, tomorrow. I'm watching the movie." He was like, nah. And I ended up doing it. I got in there, man, and he had a bunch of bad things. Was he had like 4 remote controls on. He didn't have like the universal rule. He had like 4 remote controls on the table. So I'm trying to find the remote for the TV, hitting buttons. Finally, I got it on. He was yelling, "Joe, that might not be you. You better not be in my house." I'm like, "Come on, man, go movies on." He was mad. He gave me the $50. He was pissed.
But you know, out of that whole thing, you said that the problem was the 4 remote controls. It wasn't climbing into the window.
Oh, yeah.
It was the remote controls.
Yeah, that was the hardest part. I couldn't figure out which one it was. But I almost fell a couple times outside on the ledge.
Oh,
The
man.
ledge was like 2 inches. It was dusty. So my feet kept slipping. And then one time the cop came, so I had to stay still and wait for the cop to leave, a Rutgers cop. You know, I had a man looking out, my man Jose. He was out there with a walkie-talkie, he had a scanner and a walkie-talkie, and he would tell me, like, "Yo, hold up, 5050. So I got all, the building's gray. So I bought gray sneakers, gray jump sweats, you know what I mean, gray socks, I had a gray hoodie, everything was gray. So my gloves were gray. I'm up there on the wall like a damn, you know, I'm up there, you know what I mean, I'm like part of the building, I'm part of the deco, I'm like staying there. And the next thing you know, boom, it's like green light, go. And then I kept moving around. And they had a stick on the window, so when I pulled the window, trying to get up, it wouldn't move, so I pulled the window down, and the stick fell. So I said, "Shit!" I just grabbed it. Luckily, I grabbed it. Boom! Got the window, put the stick down, and I got in. He didn't hear me, so I was trying to find the remote. That's when he heard me moving the remotes around.
He could have shot you.
Yeah, he had a 45. He always carried a 45. You know, he came in from the bedroom with the 45 in his hand. "Joe, you better in." And he walked right at the 45. I said, "Yo, man, good movie on. Come on." He was hot. You know, like that.
And he let you out. He told you to get
No.
out.
I told him open the door. Jose's trying to get in. He's like, click, open all these locks. He said, "Nah, how you get in here?" Then they were left like the window. Goes, "No way, you didn't climb in through the window." Yeah, there's a little ledge out there. Like, no way. And I messed my sneakers up. They were brand new. And I paid more for my sneakers, more than $50. I was pissed off about that. And they had a side bet for $1,000. The other guys bet $1,000 side bet. I was like, man, shit, I only got 50. Like, I messed my sneakers up.
So, you know, as I look, you know, you kind of like did things for the thrill, the fun of it, the rush.
Yeah.
So, like, what was the end game to home invasions and making money? Was there a point to get out? Was there anything else you were going to do with the money you guys made? Like,
We were 18 to 20, 22 years old at the time. We weren't thinking about end game. A lot of us thinking we were going to get killed. There was hits out on us, like $100,000 hit. People come from Puerto Rico, come from New York. Our house got shot up. Our cars got shot up. Different things happened that, you know what I mean, shootouts, different stuff. So we were thinking about tomorrow. We'd be dead tomorrow. You never know, you know what I mean? So we was enjoying. We got the money in our hands. We were spending it on stupid stuff, you know, renting cars, places, you know, hotels, girlies, all this stuff, buying stuff and just helping people out, just doing whatever. We wasn't counting it because, you know what I mean, it was free money.
how did you guys survive hits?
Oh, we had to, like I told you, somebody shoot, you got to make sure you shoot back. Be polite. Somebody shoot at you, don't be ignorant. Shoot back. So we had better stuff when we fired back. So a lot of times they'll come with a pistol. We have automatic, you know, machine guns. So and then we had like high power rounds. We had like armor piercing, tracers, and then like good hollow points, not regular stuff.
So you guys are laying low, or?
Oh no, we're out in the open.
So you guys are out in the open, walking the streets.
We wasn't hiding.
And they couldn't. And no,
they tried. It wasn't like a trying. Like I told you, all the cars getting shot up. You know, people got shot. You know, family members got shot. The house got shot. A lot of things got shot. I mean, things got ugly.
Wow.
It wasn't always pretty. You know what I mean? You don't always win. We did a home invasion with a 15-year-old. It's in the book. It's in the book. One of the guys kept pushing. Let's rob this guy because he had like a 15-year-old kid there, and they went to Puerto Rico or something, and the kid had the front door open. So it was ugly. It's pushing. He kept pushing. This door, we're going right now. I'm like, it's too early, man. But the team was going, so I was like, I gotta go. I gotta back him up. I'm not gonna let him go without me. We didn't even have all our gear. We had a shitty car. Man, everything went bad that day. That little kid almost killed us. He could have killed us. He lit us up. We had to return fire. Thank God we didn't kill him, but we hurt him.
Wow.
It would have been really bad.
Wow.
He almost took us out, the whole team.
And but you guys have rules though with doing your home invasions. What were some of your rules?
Well, you know, one, he wasn't allowed to put a woman in an awkward position or sexual position, and he wasn't allowed to touch him. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't want to go, you didn't have to go.
Mm-hmm.
That was like number 3. If you don't want to come, man, you ain't got to come. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Nobody be mad at you. Come on next one if you want to, or don't. You want to quit right now? That's fine. Nobody gonna call you a pussy or say you soft. You know what I mean? You maybe had a baby or you, whatever reason. You know what I mean? You got enough. You out. You want to go legit, whatever. That's cool. None of us. Every time we did a job, we were like, yo, before we go, this is go time. If anybody want her out, this is your chance. Because once we get in the car, it's over. You know what I mean? It's on.
It's
We're not
on,
turning
yeah.
back. Once we get in the car, we head towards the spot. We get pulled over by the cop or something. You know what I mean? It's on. Ain't not no. Here's my license and registration stuff. No, we roll it. It's stolen cars. It is. And then we used to have like if you get hurt, if you get shot or broken a leg or something happen, you fall out the window, whatever. You can't go to any hospital in Jersey. So you had to automatically take a ride over to Philly, and then we just open the door and literally throw you out before we even stop. You're like rolling out the car. Probably get more hurt if I was throwing you out the car, but roll you out in the emergency area, and then hopefully somebody see you and they grab you, and then you just say that somebody robbed you over there or something happened, have a story set.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're by yourself, so that way there's nobody to contradict the story.
Sure.
The main thing is you alone.
Mm.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, some of them rules get broken.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you walk us through the last home invasion that ultimately got you convicted
Yeah.
in state prison?
I wish we would have stopped at 10, but we did 50, and we just kept doing them, and it was just like addictive. Like I said, I'm a general junkie, so we just kept going. It wasn't like we had a goal, like once we get this money, or once we can go someplace or open a business. Now I'd be like, yeah, I've done a lot of good things with it, but at the time we were just having fun and just doing crazy stuff. And then it was dangerous. I mean, people shoot at us, but at that last one, that like I told you before, Murphy's Law, what can go wrong at the worst possible time will go wrong. And man, a man tried to stab me because I always go in first and I always leave.
Mm.
I do that on purpose because I'm the one to control. Like if someone will get hurt, let me hurt them. Because people shoot at me, I won't even shoot back, depending if I felt really threatened. But I just go in there, do what I had to do, and then I'm the last one, make sure everybody's out, and then we leave, and I leave them the handcuff key or make sure let them know that we out of here. You good? We out of here in 5 minutes. Relax. A lot of people have really panic attacks and stuff. They be scared as hell. Once they realize we're not police.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, we get into this house. The man tried to stab me, and one of my guys felt he had to protect me. Because of that, he ended up shooting the guy in the lower abdomen area.
Did he think he had a gun or?
No, he knew the guy didn't have a gun,
Mm.
but the guy had a long knife. He was trying to stab me in the back while I was moving away from him. So he ended up shooting him. And then, since it was all dark, one of the other guys was in the back of the house, thought that the owner was shooting at us. Without knowing, he shot at the light, and he hits one of my guys. So now I got a guy that's shot, and I got a homeowner that's shot. So we're like, yo, code 3, we out. Code 3, we rolling. We call the guy, getaway driver, let him know we coming, whatever. We out of here. So we leave. And then we hoping that the man to get, medical treatment because he's not hitting the head, he's not hitting the center mass, that he's going to be okay. Because some hospitals nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Good hospitals. So we leave. But come to find out, he was old, like my age, and my age now, and he didn't make it. He passed away, And his family was there. So we're like, we heard that on the radio, we're like, wow. And it was like, it got real fast.
Mm.
It got real.
What ultimately got y'all caught?
Because like you said earlier, if you didn't follow the rules, things go bad. Well, that person was hurt. Instead of going to a hospital in Philly, goes to a hospital here in Jersey, and that happens to be the cops are looking for someone that was shot or hurt. And here's this guy. So they're like, it ain't rocket science. They could figure it out easy, even though he had no bullet in him because the bullet went through both legs. He got hit with high power 9 and went through him.
Wow. And
they just figured that out, and then who hangs out with that guy? And little by little, they go to your mom and be like, hey, who hangs out with Joe all the time? Well, Joe's always out with Charlie, or who's always out with Jose? Well, okay, go find out Jose at. Find out, then find out their story, where they at. It's not hard. Police work ain't hard.
Mm. So what is the tone now? What's happening? What's running through you guys' mind? Are you guys preparing for the case? Are you guys thinking about running, leaving town now?
Well, we're hoping at the time that they didn't know who it was. You know what I mean? Because of course we're covered up, and we said police search warrant. That's what we used to do. We used to go in there with police badges, windbreakers, and the whole police equipment, and act like we're law enforcement. But we did so many that people were like, you know what I mean? Like they start at the while, people were like, man, I don't think these guys are cops because we did it too many times. So, but I got rid of everything. I had 4 days before I got arrested. I had 4 days. In 4 days, I built the house. I mean, forget about it. You're not gonna find anything in 4 days. I mean, I don't care how much searching you do. Everything got wiped down. And I always had plastic. When we do a job, we always, not my place, but we use a place. Sometimes we'll pay people. Like we know women that have, guys in jail, or maybe her boyfriend died or whatever reason. So we know they're doing bad. They got kids, so we'll pay them. Like, yo, we'll give you a couple $100. Let me use your house, the bottom floor, in the basement or whatever. And we'll have plastic on the floor. So that way, take everything off, throw it down. And we always had light clothes underneath. So that way, if something happened in the street, you just dump off the black clothes and you just start walking like a normal person. You know what I mean? You got regular clothes underneath. Your sneakers might be black, but the rest of you light clothes.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Then if you have any gunpowder residue, you dump in that with the clothes. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Carry some wipes and wipe off a little bit if you have to, and keep rolling. And you always keep at least $20 in your pocket for a taxi. That was the rule. $20, catch a cab, you have to. We didn't have Uber and Lyft back then.
No,
We had regular yellow cabs type stuff.
I got you.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you get arrested. Can you take us through that trial?
Well, that trial was very. I didn't want the family going through all that trouble, man, because I didn't want to cause them more problem. You know what I mean? We were way wrong. The man was trying to protect his family. He didn't do anything wrong. Everything he did was right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He had I got to give him props, he had balls big as hell, because who the hell, you got men in there with machine guns and all this, and he's still attacking them, and all you got is a knife. You know what I mean? So he didn't, like I said, he's not the bad guy. We were the bad guys. We were in his house,
Yeah.
So when we get arrested, I went. The guys took a deal before I did. Because I actually did 3 years from with the trial, three and a half years from with the trial. And the guys took a deal, 30 with a 15 back then. That's how you get it, 15 stiff. You got to do 15, then you got to do parole. And then they were supposed to testify against me if I go to trial. So I was like, I know for sure, my man Jose was like I said, my brother. I'm like, I know he ain't going to testify against me. Then you had Doc, and then you had Eli. So I'm like, I don't know, 50-50 maybe. But I know for sure that Jose was not going to testify against me.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled the dice. And I was like, the only evidence they had against me was the guys. Because everyone said they was dressed up as police. You couldn't see them.
And they had no physical evidence or anything else.
4 days. 4 days, I'll get rid of the house. I'll burn your whole house down piece by piece, get rid of it. It'd be gone. Me by myself. You know what I mean? I could do a lot in 4 days. So, nothing. When the guys left that night, everything stood in that plastic. We actually used my townhouse, a little townhouse on Everett and 8th Street. And I had plastic in the back kitchen. We come in, and so everything was thrown there. Sneakers, boots, everything he was wearing was thrown there. And then they put on other sneakers, other boots, whatever, other clothes they had. And then everything was here. Once they left, the only one who knew what happened to that was me. And I know I like gasoline, and I always carry more than one lighter on me. I got 2 lighters on me right now. So that was everything that could get burnt was burnt immediately in the 55-gallon drum. Wow. That same half an hour later, it was all burning. And the metals, everything got taken apart and got rid of everything.
So ultimately, what did you get convicted of?
They actually offered me, I had 5 years in, and they offered me a 15 with a 5 to aggravated manslaughter. They dropped the other charges, felony murder, the home invasion things, assaults on other people. They said they'll give me just 1 count, but aggravated manslaughter if I plead out to aggravated manslaughter. So I was like, 5 years? I already have that in. And I really didn't want to put them people to the family, like I said, do that again. So I was like,
Can you explain what aggravated manslaughter is?
Well, it's unless you have felony murder, which is a felony, commission of a felony, you end up killing somebody.
Mm-hmm. And
murder is regular murder. You got to have willingly, purposely kill someone. And then they drop it down. If you have other reasons to how the person died. You might not did it on purpose. You could be... And then a lot of times they do that when they don't have a lot of evidence against you.
Mm-hmm.
The judge said that in my trial, that he felt that it was not possible to find me guilty with the evidence. They couldn't find me guilty. I pleaded guilty, like I said, to help my friends, because the prosecutor was threatening them that he's going to take away their deal and give them 30 stiff. So they already pleaded out, so they said they were there. So they had no win. And I didn't want them doing more time. So I took the bullet and pleaded guilty. I was guilty. I was there. Doesn't matter. I didn't shoot the guy. I'm still responsible for that man losing his life.
Yeah. I like how you take responsibility in hindsight and you understand, how things can go wrong from that now. That's a lot to think about.
Now, that's why in the Uniform Gangster book, it has a page 351, it has a book's purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to tell them, yo, don't think that things can't go sideways, especially when you got guns involved. You think you got everything in control. You know how many jobs I did that always something goes wrong. Some old lady on the porch, it's dark, it's raining outside, it's cold as hell. And it's a lady on the porch watching us. One time we had a police scanner, and she's calling the cops. And see us, we like looking around like, who the hell's watching us? The whole time, there's a lady in the back of her house watching us, breaking somebody else's house. And we didn't never see her. It was so dark. And she's in the cut, you know what I mean? But it was cold, it's raining.
And she gave the description.
She called the police and gave the description of us, guys all black, working in the back of her neighbor's house and all that. She said the street. We're like, what the hell? That's us. This is our street, the street we're on, you know what I mean? I already got the window open, I'm about to go in. So I'm like, oh shit. And then we just like, abort. And then we got in the car, drove 1 block and turned. And we turned, the cop went right by us.
Wow.
But we're all ducking down. The guy that drives, we got light color clothes on. So he don't look like a robber. But we're in the car. Every time we get in the car, we lay flat as possible. So you don't look like it's one guy in the car. So he turned the corner and there's that cop there and turned. It would have been right on us, man. We'd been like 15, 30 seconds less. It might have been ugly.
Wow. Wow. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back and we'll talk about, what happens after you bid.
All right.
The street lifestyle might seem attractive, but most time it leads to chaos and destruction. This is a Camden story, North to be exact.
I've been talking to Big Shot. We gonna furnish whatever we buy. They got the best coke out right now. You ready for that mission?
Hell yeah. Just wish I knew more about it, though. They going in there strapped for war, man. This shit's serious.
We gonna do more than just trap, you know?
Man, give me everything, man.
What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Got him!
Niggas respect the big guns. It's an intimidation factor, you feel me?
The main rule with this shit right here is you rather get caught with these motherfuckers than get caught without them.
Some wild cowboy shit, man.
So y'all motherfuckers causing havoc out in the streets, huh?
Look, man, Taino sent us. To see if you want to get down with this thing of ours.
Why Taino didn't come, man? We 20 years in. Should make it happen, man. Fuck them Camden niggas, you know? It's always a green light.
Hey, listen, man, we got something on line for you, man. You up for it?
Who it is?
All your friends is dead. What, you trying to be the next one?
I done came a long way from being broke. Just to know these streets ain't never give us hope. Thank God I was born with the hustle in me. Stay solid through the shit that broke the mother niggas.
Yo, it's your boy Del. We back with Joseph Rodriguez. Before we left off, we talked about you did your first bid. You did how much time you did 6.5?
About 6 years.
6 years. So you get out in 6 years. This was about 97.
1997.
1997. You're out. What are you doing now? What's going through your mind?
Well, I'm just want to take it take it easy. I met this girl. I got with her. She had 2 kids. You know what I mean? We got together a little. Ended up buying a house. She had a car. I had a car. We were chilling. We were doing really good. Just out the way. Just having a little family thing. Going to yard sales. Just doing family stuff. Little stuff. Enjoying life. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't go to the beach and stuff like that. It wasn't no big money or nothing, but we didn't need nothing. It was good. But we both was working.
Mm-hmm. And so you're not thinking about doing any home invasions?
Oh, I'm not around any drugs, any guns, anybody doing that. The only gang I had was the 2 kids and her. That was every day. That's my gang. Mm-hmm. The little family. That's the people I hanged out with. And
what were you doing for work?
I was doing landscaping.
And how did you get that job?
I went to a temp service, and then once I started working with the guy, he told me, "Look, man, just tell the temp service you don't want the job, whatever," and he would hire me. Then he had me running like my own places, keys to all the shops, and every truck had blank checks. That's how I was a good worker, man. I move up fast. Mm-hmm. People trust me.
So during this time, your brother Charlie, he's on the run.
Yeah. And then in '97 February, they accused him of being involved in a home invasion where a police officer was shot. Okay. So he ended up laying low, disappearing off radar.
Okay. And during this time, you're being approached by feds or...
Yeah, they set me up my probation officer when I had to go be my parole. they were there waiting for me. You know what I mean? The prosecutor and the homicide or some type of detective were like, hey, you know what I mean? We're looking for Charlie. We know where he at. You better let us know. This ain't gonna go away and all this stuff. Threatening me and all that kind of crap. But I was like, there's no way I'm gonna let him know. If I knew anything, I wasn't gonna let him know. It's my brother. Come on, be serious.
And your home gets raided too, right?
Yeah, my mother's house and two of our friends' houses at the same time got hit.
And during this time, does your cousin
Flores?
Fernanda Flores? I'm sorry, Fernanda Flores. I'm getting confused. What you guys doing the setup? Fernando. Okay. Does he come to you guys after the FBI is like approaching you?
It's like 16 months, a year and a half later, 18 months later, is when he shows up.
After the raid and after everything?
Yeah. Well, the raid was like maybe 6 months later after that.
Okay.
They didn't raid right away. Like 6 months for the raid.
All right, and what does he come in? Why does he come in the picture?
Well, we didn't know at the time, but he comes to us, to me personally, and Solo was next to me, and he tells me that he has a friend that works for an armored car company, which is a guard. He's willing to give up the money, over $1.3 million, that he's in heavy gambling debt, and they're gonna break his legs, and he needs $100,000 to pay the bookies off. So he's gonna, and he's like, he wants us to we're gonna get the rest of the money. We're gonna get paid. We get $1 million change just for us. And I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, yo, I'm chilling. I got this girl. I'm thinking about marrying her. I'm thinking about moving the hell out of here. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not trying to get involved with nothing. He kept talking about Charlie. He needed Charlie and me because we're first cousins. And he know that we ain't going to churn on him. We ain't going to do him dirty. And I couldn't believe he was telling me this shit. I'm like, man, not now.
So that's the first thing he comes to approach you with.
Thing.
He doesn't, it's not, hey, how you doing? Nothing chill.
I'm looking for Charlie. First thing, he's looking for Charlie. First day, he was like, yo, I need to see Charlie and talk to Charlie. You know where Charlie's at. And I'm like, man, I don't know where he's at. He disappeared.
And when was the last time you talked to him before this?
To Charlie?
No, to Fernando.
Oh, it was years, like more than 5 years. No, I did the 6 years. So I never talked to him
during that time?
No.
Did you talk to him often before?
We had family together, like, Thanksgiving, Christmas, we our family get together. His dad and my dad were like shot.
But nothing for him to come to you to say, hey, Joseph, let's get up, let's go have a beer, let's go chill.
No, I don't drink.
Well, you don't drink,
right.
Or not to go hang out or anything.
No.
Okay, all right. All right. So he's approaching you guys, and he's very persistent, correct?
Very persistent. He wants us to go, me and Charlie and Soto, to go get this $1.3 million that the guy's going to give us. We're not even stealing it. It should be fraud. He's gonna give us the money.
He didn't even know Soto. He just saw that he was a friend of yours, right?
He was next to me.
And he worked with you, right? Soto worked with you as well. So he knew nothing about Soto. Didn't know if he ever did any crime or organized crime or anything. He just because he was with you.
Right.
Why do you think he wanted Soto too?
No, he was just trying to, if he gets me and Soto, since Soto's gonna go, it's like, I'm loyal. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier. My friends wanted to go on that job that I was like, no way, 15-year-old was killers. You know what I mean? It's a team thing. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let you go. It's like if Charlie's going, they always thinking, well, at trial, they told us, the U.S. Marshal said, if Charlie gets found guilty, you're going to get found guilty because you guys are brothers. And Soto ended up getting acquitted of all charges dealing with the banks, even though Fernando was saying, Soto did this, Soto did that. So a lot of the evidence, he was saying Soto was the one that did all this stuff, but he got acquitted of all charges.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But before, so during this time, if we fast forward, if we fast forward a little bit, the untouchables, the bank robberies, you guys are being accused of robbing banks. Well, Charlie is. You're not even being accused of robbing banks at this time.
They're watching me.
But if we go according to TV, America's Most Wanted, A&E documentaries, FBI files. They accuse you guys during this time while Charlie is on the run, and they insinuate that you're with him robbing banks and hiding. 3 banks. But in all actuality, you're working a full-time job, a 9 to 5. You're not in any organized crime. And Charlie's the only one on the run, and he's accused of shooting a cop that he didn't do.
No, he got acquitted of all charges.
Okay, and he got acquitted of all charges, correct. So FBI sets up Fernando. Fernando's working with the FBI. From day one. How persistent is he? How many times does he come and ask you to speak to Charlie?
Almost daily.
Every day? Almost
daily. He would come around. Come on, what's up with Charlie? What's going on, man? If he don't come personally, he calling me.
Okay.
He's on the phone.
Are you having any contact with Charlie during this time?
Yeah, on the DL.
How are you able to have contact with Charlie?
Well, they thought we had beepers. They thought we was connected with beepers, but we had, like I said before, he had a bunch of walkie-talkies.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave me a walkie-talkie to somebody, and then he had a walkie-talkie, and then I was using the walkie-talkie to talk to him at first, just a walkie-talkie.
All right, and you said you also seen him doing.
Yeah. Then I ended up going to visit. Of course, that'd be like stealth mode at night. It won't be during the day.
Yeah, I feel you, but you weren't worried that the FBI or any of them were watching you?
They was watching it. They was following me everywhere I went. They had helicopters, had multiple cars, and they stuck out like a sore thumb. Big white guys and stuff, and freaking cars that you knew was feds. So everybody knew what it was and what it was. I actually went to a party, and they kicked me out. On the Division Street, I went to a party. They said, Joe, you gotta leave, Joe. You gotta leave. I'm like, why? He's like, because as soon as you came up, all these cops showed up. There are cops all over the place. You gotta go. So they were worried because there was like a lot of minors drinking and smoking, a lot of weed. So they tell me how to leave. So I left. Because I ain't want to bring no heat to the party.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, all right, I'm out. And I left. I was like, it's crazy. Freaking guys got me thrown out the party.
But if you know they're watching you and you're going at night, they're not watching you at nighttime?
Sure, but it's harder to follow me, especially in the city where I live and born. You're not gonna. There's so many alleyways, and I climb up rooftop, go roof to roof. You're not gonna. I go tree to tree like a monkey for real. You're not gonna follow me. And the one statement, one guy said, Joe always going in the front, but he always goes out the back. Like I'll come visit you, and then I ain't going out the way I came. I go out the back, go out the next block, go somewhere else. You know, change clothes, change my equipment I have on me, get another car, have somebody pick me up. You know, this is at night, so I'm in different cars and different things. Somebody pick me up.
All right, so ultimately, you finally let Fernando speak to Charlie. And
My biggest mistake. That was my biggest mistake. I wish I never did that.
Can you talk about that interaction?
Well, he said, "What's up, cuz?" And he's talking to him on the radio. "What's up, cuz? How you doing?" All this. And he told him the same thing he told me about the armored car guy worked for him and all this money and how it's gonna be so sweet, you know, easy, you know what I mean? And Charlie was like, "Nah, I'm chilling. I'm on fire right now, man. I can't be, you know, going nowhere, showing my face or doing anything. I'm on, especially on daylight." So he was like, "Nah, I gotta chill. I'm chilling. I can't do nothing right now." And he took it at that. He's like, "Well, think about it. He didn't take the no. He was just thinking about it. Let me know, man. Let me know." And he kept pushing.
And just throughout this whole time, they also think Charlie is like out of the city.
Yeah, they said he was in the Badlands over in Philly. He was in Puerto Rico or Ohio, all over the place. I'm like, what? Wait, where? He never left Camden, period. He's in Camden.
The whole time?
Yeah.
All right. So in that interaction, you guys agree to do...
No, not at the beginning. It started at the beginning of August.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't say go time till like the 27th.
The 27th.
And then we bailed out on the 27th. We changed. We said yes, but it was planned to go on the 27th, which I think it was a Thursday. And we said at the last minute, you know, I got up, I got the kid or the girl I was with. I was like, man, they're gonna be really heartbroken if something happens to me or I go to jail. So I was like, man, I can't do this.
And Fernando says he has an inside to how much money for
1.3 million
for armored truck robbery.
It's going to give us the money. I don't even think it's not considered a robbery. The guy's giving us the money. It should be theft, insurance fraud, you know?
And that's how you framed it, as insurance fraud?
No, he just said the guy's giving us the money.
The guy's just giving you all
That's
the money?
That's what he's saying, yeah.
Okay. And so you said you guys finally started agreeing towards the end of August?
Yeah.
And at that point, you guys don't go with it, though?
No, not September. August 27th, we didn't. I called Charlie, told him, he said, I'm not feeling it either, man. Forget about it. Same thing with Soda. He was like, nah, F this shit. We ain't doing it. We're not going to do this.
What was the feeling? Like, what made y'all not go that time?
I just didn't feel right. Like I said, when I went to the kids' room, I saw them sleeping, and I went to the girl, and I'm like, man, they're really going to, if this goes sideways, which I know things can go sideways. So I was like, man, this goes sideways, man. It's going to hurt a lot of people, not just myself, you know, my family, where these people were here. And I didn't want to hurt them. I was like, man, I ain't doing this.
Okay, so then you don't do it. So how long? So what happens next? Does he stop?
I wish. He called my phone so many times, trying to get me to answer him, and I kept just looking at it, seeing his caller ID, and I kept seeing it was him calling, so I wouldn't pick it up. I was at work. I went to work on Thursday, and then I found out later that the FBI told him to go back, do whatever he had to do, get aggressive, do what you got to do, tell these guys we needed this done. You know what I mean? So do whatever you need to reset the date. And that's what happened. They reset it. I had people ask me, like, why you really go? You really care about the kids and all that? I tell people, it wasn't just one factor. Like money, yeah, I never had no 1.3 million. So, yeah, the money was a factor, but that wasn't the whole thing. My brother needed help, so that's something else. My mom was going crazy with worry. They said it had SOS, shoot on sight on Charlie. So she was like, any minute, it might kill my son, She was always asking about him. I told her one day, I know he's cool, he's good, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But to try to calm her down. So, and yeah, I wanted to get married with this girl, and I wanted these kids to be like my kids, and I wanted to move out of Canada. Canada's not a place to raise a family.
Mm-hmm.
You always hearing gunshots, cars, sirens. You always hear a lot of BS in Canada. A lot of things going on. Mm-hmm. So it was the total factors that got me to say, green light, I'm going to do this. Let's go get this damn money. Guys, gonna give us the money? Let's go get it. Mm-hmm. He kept making it easier. I'm going to use my apartment. I get cars from C-Select, and the man has so many freaking guns. He's like me, plus, extra. Mm-hmm. So I used to be a cop. He's talking about, I know the way the cops think, the way they work. I got all the codes for the scanners. He actually gave me a paper one time with all the codes. They give Charlie these codes, that way we can help him listen if anybody wants to him. You know what I mean? Things like that.
You said he used to be a cop. Why? And he wasn't a cop at the point where, what happened?
He was supposed to be, they told him to he got caught with a gun from the evidence locker at his home. So they were like, what the hell you doing with this gun? It belongs in another case, it's evidence. And they knew that he was stealing guns, stealing stuff. He liked guns, he was selling. So they told him that you got a choice. You know what I mean? That you're going to resign or be prosecuted. Of course, or you resign. He quit, you know what I mean? Otherwise, they were going to charge him.
And what did he end up doing for a living after he lost his job as a police officer?
I know he was doing like a paintball store. He was doing some other jobs, but nothing big. You know what I mean?
Okay. So ultimately, you guys, eventually you guys go ahead. He gets you guys to agree again, right?
Right.
He's persistent. 1st. He's showing up. He's popping 1st. Up on you.
Yeah, he's like, come on, give me the key to his apartment. He's, showing me all this equipment, guns and stuff he had, ammo. He's like, come on, man. Mm-hmm. He's like, we got this. The guy's going to give us the money, man. Like, come on, I need this. He wanted to move to Florida. He didn't want his boy to get hurt. That's one of the other issues, too. You know what I mean? I didn't want the boy to get his legs broke. Even though I didn't know the boy, I still felt bad for the guy. Like, when the guy get his legs broke, even though he put himself in the jam. And I wanted to help my cousin, too. Those, all those things together, combined, made me say, all right, green light, let's go. We always like, okay, let's do this.
All right. So you agreed to it. You want to walk us through that day, that morning?
Well, we show up about
5:50. And what day was it exactly?
This is a Tuesday, December 1st, 1998 is a Tuesday.
Okay.
And we pulled up. It's dark as hell. Where he lives at, it's apartment number 3. It's in Merchantville. It's big, tall bushes. I mean, it's very dark in the parking lot. We pull in, you can't see crap. So we see him come out real fast out of the apartment, and he's pushing his girl with the kids, like, go, like, get to the car. And then he throws her in the car, and then she leaves. Then on the way back, he taps the back of the trunk, like, come on. So we're like, we'll get out the car. We get out the car, and we go to his apartment. And we're in there for like an hour or two for a minute. You know what I mean? And he goes, yo, you guys, I'm going to run to the store and get some, like, juices or donuts, something to eat, some fat boy stuff. We're like, yeah, we hungry, go get something. You know what I mean? Well, we didn't know that he did that to go call the FBI and verify that Charlie was in his apartment. Mm-hmm. Everything was good. Everything was a go. And after that's when he pulled the guns out the closet. There was no gun sitting out. We didn't put in straps or nothing. We're just hanging there waiting, wasting time.
How many guns does he have?
Oh, he had a couple bags, book bags, came out of the middle closet next to the couch.
Wow.
In the living room. He kept pulling bags out. The bags had vests in them, jackets and stuff. He's like, hey, we put this shit on, get this stuff. And we kept saying, yo, we don't need all this shit. The guys give us the money. We're not going to war. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because later we found out, like the AR-15, it looks like M16 rifle. This shit didn't even work. It shit jam up, one fire, one round. We were like, what the hell? And then I had a radio on me that didn't even work. Why am I carrying this radio for?
So okay. So you guys are in his apartment. You guys are getting guns together, getting what you guys going to take. You guys are telling him this is too much.
Yeah. And he keeps saying, we got to make it look good. There's a camera there. I mean, my friend has to look so they don't think it's an inside job. He don't get in trouble. And it's got to look like he had no choice. That he was outgunned. That these guys are, Rambo, real strap. That he had no choice but to, lay down and give up the stuff. So he was like trying to cover his boy's ass, he was saying. That's why we had to bring it. He said, we're not going to use it, just bring it to make it look good, for the camera. We kept saying, this is too much shit. You know what I mean? But we went along with it because we were just going to go get this money the guy's giving us. It made it so easy.
Wow. Okay, so you guys leave out at what, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock?
It was probably like 8:30 because 9 o'clock was supposed to be the pickup. The armored truck was supposed to go to this rest stop for the ATM, service the ATM machine. at 9 a.m. So we probably left around 8:30.
So
Merchantville to Cherry Hill.
So you leave at 8:30. So you guys are taking Route 70.
I think it's Route 70.
Taking Route 70, and can you describe what is Route 70 like as you guys are on
There's
your way?
very few cars. It wasn't a lot of cars. There's very few cars. But one thing that was strange that happened was there was a van that pulled up next to us. I'm in the middle lane, and a van pulled up real fast. And I stopped at the light because it turned yellow, red, and I stopped. And then Fernando was holding the van, Illumina van. They passed. They parked to the right. And they're waiting on us. So when I stopped, I'm in a what is it, like a Buick, an old Buick. It's a big 4-door car. And when I stop, this van pulls up, and then Charlie's laying down in the back, like between the seat, down low. And he's looking up towards the left side, and he says, a white guy, he says, "Hey, Joe, that white guy in the van looked at me." So I'm looking at my mirror, and I'm looking at the van. I'm like, if the van start moving, I know there's people in the van, either getting out or moving around, getting ready. So I'm about to step on and go. I look at the guy, and he's looking forward. He's not looking around, looking over at me. He's looking straight, and the van's not moving. So I'm like, all right, there's nobody in the van, and the man, like, he's just minding his business. He's looking forward, waiting for the light to change. So I told him, I said, "Hey, what you want to do?" He said, "Look, keep going, but if we see anything else funny, or we see that van again, that dude's in the van, we're bored. We're out of it. We're not doing this. Something ain't right." So then we just kept going.
You don't find it odd there's not that many cars on the road on Route 70?
Yeah, no, it was something there, but it wasn't a lot like it used to be. I think it would be a lot more.
It would be jam-packed, 8:30 in the morning on Route 70.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking like that. We're just going down there and get this free money. And then we found out at trial that they had cops like at the bus stop, and they had different places where they were called. Like, just went by. So they telling the other cops, like, everywhere we go, every step we take, they already got us pinpoint the whole route, to the spot.
All right, so you arrive at the rest stop.
In the back of it, service row in the back.
The back of the service row in the back.
Yeah.
All right. As you arrive in, you notice a truck is moving. It's a tow truck?
It's a tow truck by his house. And on the left side, we're going in. It's a house by itself, one house. I don't know why, but one house there. And the tow truck is facing us, a white guy in it. And Charlie says, "Yo, there's a tow truck over there with a guy in it." So we're like, it's a big. So what? So truck, maybe the owner of the house or whatever. No big deal. But he saw it and he just let us know about it. We're like, all right, we see it. No big deal. So we go into the parking lot. Fernando backs up and parks next to a dually pickup truck. Well, we found out at trial that truck was full of sand, and that's supposed to be to protect the SWAT. They were gonna be on the other side, so we had rifles or something. The sand would stop the rounds if we fired at them, and it protect them like a shield. So when we park, here comes the tow truck out of his parking spot. And it stops and right at the exit we came in, and it's blocking our exit, so we can't leave that way because he stopped right there. And now we see him, we're like, whoa, wait a minute, right there, red flags. That don't look right. Why the freak did he pull up and stop right there? And then we look at the building. There's a tinted window, and the sun is in front of us, and we see a silhouette of a person looking at us through the tint. So we're like, yo, there's a guy, somebody's over there looking. That's number 2. That didn't look right. So we're like, hold up, this ain't right. So Fernando's deal was he was supposed to get out the car, go in the front little fence, and then he was going to wait for the truck. And then we take his hat off. That was a signal for us to move, that the truck was there and his boy was there and all that kind of stuff. Well, he tried to get out the car. So I said, "Oh, don't get out. You know what I mean?" And the FBI file, they said some crazy stuff like, "You want to go in the trunk or you want to drive?" He never said that, He just told him, don't get out. But at the time, we thinking he with us. This is our first cousin, man. My dad's sister's son. This is family.
Yeah.
So we're like, yo, don't get out. Hold up. Something ain't right. We know something's funny. Charlie said, drive around the front. Just move away. Drive around the front. So when he drove around the front, man, we saw all kind of red flags. There was 2 vans parked right in the back corner of the building. We're like, what's up with the vans? And then we turn more. There's a light blue car with a white tag that says U.S. government. So it is tinted down. The windows are tinted. So we're like, oh, shit, that's the feds. Then we go into the parking lot, and it's almost empty. There's a blue Suburban freaking there with a driver. You can tell he's a cop. He's got the paper, and he's like looking through the paper. He's not reading the paper. He's so scared that he's looking straight. And you can see he had a T-shirt on, so you can see he had a body armor. So we're like, damn it, he's wearing body armor. So we know he's 5'0". And then the back of Suburban, the door opens. We're like, yeah, there's cops in the back of there. SWAT.
So there's no armored truck?
No, it never was. The truck, we find out at trial, the truck comes on every Friday, 9 o'clock. It's not even a truck, it's an armored van. This shit drove right by me. I wouldn't even notice it. I looked for a big square truck, dual axle. I looked for like a Brinks truck, you know what I mean? And it was a van. My investigator went to the rest stop to take pictures of it and had pictures. Might be in that bag. And I was like, man, I wouldn't even notice that thing. It's like a regular van to me.
Wow.
Commercial van, just driving by, a white one. Yeah,
Wow.
It was no truck. It was a lie.
All right, so do you guys try to leave?
Well, once he went around past the Suburban, there was a motorhome, like 35-foot big one, big motorhome. And we can see the midi blinds, like house blinds, moving. So we know there's people in there. There's, people in that van. So we knew we were surrounded. We hit. So once he parked, we were like, man, what are we going to do? We're like, we'll get the hell out of here. This is not good. Well, the tow truck pulled around the front and stopped.
Were you telling him to go, or he just parked?
He parked right now. He just parked. He just parked in the very back corner.
Did you tell him to park? Or?
No, we just parked in the back. So we're looking at the situation. We're like, man, this doesn't look good. This is bad. So let's get the frick out of here. They started moving. But he took his hat off. And as soon as he took his hat off, that was a signal for the police to move in. So when he took his hat off, the SUV, the Suburban, you know what I mean? And then the panel truck came out of nowhere. So and the people inside the RV are coming out. So it's like the lines are moving. The lines on the move.
So if he had went to the payphone and took his hat off,
then
they would have came
and attacked us.
Wow.
The SWAT team would have been behind the truck. They was hiding in this little building. They would have came behind the truck and used the truck as a shield with sand. So we'd have been hit. You know what I mean? They probably would have killed us right there.
But he when he takes his hat off, he breaks for it. He makes a run.
No, he's still in the car.
He's still in the car.
Yeah, Charlie didn't let him get out. He stay in the car. You know what I mean? We thinking he with us at the time. We're not thinking nothing.
Yeah.
So he starts to. We tell him to leave. Go. We yelling. I'm yelling. My whole loud as hell. Go. Get the frick out of here. Like I know. I'm just trying to get away. Anyway, just move, man. Let's stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, these guys are popping out with freaking MP5s and M16s, all SWAT gear, and they're all around us, like 15 feet away, outside the car. He got a V8. He never revved the engine, never heard the tires chirping, nothing. He's cruising. They're literally like outside the car, walking, like jog outside the car. I'm like, what the hell? We got hit with the Suburban, the panel truck hit us, the tow truck hit us, and finally, when that tow truck hit us, it bent the whole quarter panel up, and it bent it so bad that the car couldn't move. And they bend the back doors up too. So the guys in the back, which was Charlie and Soto, they couldn't get out the car. You know what I mean? Charlie was behind the driver, Soto was behind me. So when he bailed out, I'm thinking, all right, he's just trying to get away. And he bailed out. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get away too. I'm not trying to get. They were starting to shoot. They shot at us. Yeah, trial. They said that Soto pointed the AR-15 at them. I'm like, you point a freaking finger at SWAT, they'll kill you. Have 30 rounds in you. They think you got a gun. They're gonna kill you. You point a machine gun at SWAT, the federal agents, and you're gonna live? Never gonna happen. Anybody believe that? It's really, they don't know shit. There's no way in hell you're gonna live by pointing a freaking machine gun at SWAT that's 15 feet away from you. They're right there. And there's like 5 of them with machine guns. And you think they're not gonna light your ass up with automatic weapons? Shit, everybody in the car have been dead. That happened. So he gets out, I bail out. And I didn't make it too far. But I got out the car quick.
Wow. Okay. So you got out the car, you didn't make it too far. Your plan was to run into the gas station?
No, there was a Roy Rogers there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers there, and they had customers lined up, and they had employees. So I was thinking, well, if I go here with these civilians, they won't shoot at me. You know what I mean? Cover fire, stuff like that. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna run here with the people. Man, the guy with the smock on, purple smock on, the people in line. There was some women in line too.
Mm-hmm.
Every single person was FBI. They must have had guns hanging in front of them because they were all in lines. All I saw was the back of them. But when I was going through the door, they always had MP5s and M16s coming at me. I was like, oh shit! I didn't realize they were all, agents and shit. I'm like, holy shit! So I had to make a left real quick, and the walls were getting shot. You can see I got photos, and the walls were getting shot as I was moving around. And there was a coke machine there. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go around this coke machine, for cover. I didn't make it. The machine took a hit for me, but they finally shot me in the ass, left cheek, and I went down quick. I was like, shit! I didn't even know I was hit.
Anybody else get shot?
Charlie got upper leg, got flesh wound. Soto got some head smacked in. They beat his ass up on the ground. They stomped his ass. His head got cut up. And I got hit in the chest with a freaking first round. I came through the window, hit him in the chest.
Wow. And Fernando doesn't get hit at all?
Yeah, he had body armor on. They said they told him not to wear no body armor. But he got hit in the chest. First round.
Okay. Wow. I didn't realize he got hit in the chest at all. Wow.
His girl said he had a bruise, and he was, because I heard him when the shots kicked off. I heard him go, but I thought that was like him fear. I thought he was scared. You know what I mean? That maybe never been in a gunfight or something. So I thought he was scared of shit, just out of fear. But no, that was the air when he got hit. It knocked all the air out of his chest, and he had a bruise in his chest. His girl said later.
Wow. So they got you guys. They processed you. What's happening now?
I'm in disbelief. We're in a holding tank, and there's like bars. The whole wall in front of you is concrete walls, you know what I mean, cinder block walls. But the front is all open, you know what I mean, bars.
Mm-hmm.
So I can hear Charlie, I can hear Soto. I'm like, Fernando, Fernando. And all you hear is crickets. So it don't take no rocket science. If the three of us is there, getting the rain, where the frick are you? Mm-hmm. Why are you not getting the rain if you're a part of the group?
Mm-hmm.
So it was no rocket science. We knew right away. He set us up. Mm-hmm. That son of a bitch set us up. And he kept pushing and pushing. And he got it. He finally got us.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, we'll take like a 5-minute break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about the trial. Yo, it's your boy Dell. We're back with OPP, back with Joseph Rodriguez. We talked about the armor truck setup. Now we want to go into the trial. You want to walk us through that?
Yeah, the trial took 7 weeks. That was so long. 7 weeks every day going to court. And you think the federal government or the FBI would be like more of a person of people that would do the right, follow the law and protect your rights, the Constitution, right? They're more crooked than the state cops. We were in disbelief and couldn't believe the crooked stuff they were doing. We're like, wait a minute, this is crazy. I'll give you an example. Fernando would get on the stand. He was on the stand for about a week. And he would say things that never happened. We didn't. If you just say what we did do, we're going to be in trouble because we did go, get the money from the armored truck. We were in a stolen car. We did have weapons with us. Now we would have got in trouble no matter what. It was bad. Mm-hmm. But he would say things like, "Oh, this guy told me something about a bank or this and that." We're like, "What the hell?" We're literally like this, looking at each other like, "When did that happen?" Like, where was I at? Was I in the bathroom? You know what I mean? Because these certain statements he said, a lot of them he said to Mr. Soto. And Soto got acquitted at the end. He got acquitted of the bank robberies. He said Soto told him a lot of things about banks, and he's the one that got acquitted. And they found me and Charlie guilty. So we're like, how the hell they found us guilty? Like, we can't believe this. And they actually moved our witness. We had a key witness that saw the.
Well, when you said they found you guilty, they didn't find you guilty of the bank robberies.
They found me guilty of 2 banks, me and Charlie.
Oh, 2 banks.
2 bank robberies, an attempted robbery armored truck, and weapons offenses.
Okay.
See, in the feds, they got things called Hobbs Act, 924C, which is enhancements. We had no idea what that was. I don't know what that. That's why I try to tell young people, you got to learn what you're looking at, what you're messing with. Because the feds, they don't play fair. You get 20, 30 years for nothing. You ain't got to kill nobody. Just have possession of a gun. We had life guns. Not for the robberies or anything else. Just for the possession of firearms and a criminal and a violent offense, which was an attempted robbery. We got life sentence just for that. Mm. And we never shoot them. We used the gun. They shot us, and they still life sentence.
Okay. What are you guys ultimately charged with?
We're charged with 2 banks. It was charged with 3 banks at first, but one of the banks, they did a superseding indictment, which is just indicting you again, and they changed the charges. So what they did was they dropped one of the banks, and they kept, because that bank, all the employees and victims said, the customers said that the guys that robbed the bank, either by their voice or the color of their skin, were African American. Me, Charlie, and Soto were like Italian guys. Some guys, people think I'm white.
That was the Commerce Bank in Cherry Hill?
That was the one in Cherry Hill Mall. The one
Cherry
on the
Mall.
corner on top.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was called Commerce Bank.
Commerce Bank, yeah.
Now it's something different.
It's TD now, yeah.
Well, that one they dropped. They just took it off.
Okay.
Now, we had some statements from witnesses saying that the guys that robbed the other 2 banks were African American also. But they had some guys say they were Mexican, heavy Mexican accent. I'm like, I've never been to Mexico, and I don't have no heavy Mexican accent. Neither does Charlie or Soto. Born and raised in South Jersey, Canada. You know? So.
And at the time that these banks are getting robbed, you're working a regular job.
And I'm under surveillance. They're watching me.
And you're under surveillance the whole time.
The whole time they're following me. I had helicopters, I had multiple cars. I'm like, how am I going to commit a crime without them knowing? They're following where I'm going.
And you're also not on the run at all during this time.
Oh, no. I went to parole. I had parole visits.
Yeah, parole visits.
You know what I mean? Parole come to my house, and they would constantly harass me, want to pop my trunk. You know, I had clean clothes on. They had me in the street. Talking about, let me see you, check your trunk. Like I had Charlie stashed in the trunk somehow. Mm-hmm. You know, transport him around or something. It didn't make sense. Some of the stuff they did was just harassment.
All right. Also, there was something about the guns. They reported what was in the bag of guns before they actually picked up the bag of guns, correct?
Yeah. In the Trapman Blood Book, there's photos. And clearly on the photos, you can see the date and the time it was touched. So the way the evidence guys do it, they collect the evidence, crime scene guys, right? They was state police officers that did that because it happened in New York Turnpike. So state police took control of the scene. And they pulled something out and they marked the date and time. Well, the first thing came out of the car was the AR-15 M16 looking weapon. It was at 9 o'clock at night. Well, it was 8:46 at night was the gun. And then the bag came out at 9 p.m. This is at nighttime. So how in the hell I'm in the damn courtroom getting arraigned with a criminal complaint listing all the weapons in that car by serial number, if it has a serial number, by model, by make, by caliber, if it's fully automatic, if it's semi-automatic. They knew so much about the weapons before the weapons even came out the car. That's not possible. You can't even see the guns in the bag. If you look at the cover, you can see the bag is stuck between the seat. You can't see what's in there, but they knew everything about the weapons. That was backing up our story. We're saying that Fernando gave us the guns, and then our witness said that Fernando said the FBI gave him the weapons. But they moved that witness from New Jersey to Florida against her will. So we never got to hear her testimony. The jury never got to hear the actual events that happened.
And what was Fernando promised to?
Oh, they told him they give him like $40,000. She made deposition. She said it was like $38,000 to $40,000 cash from the bank reward money, and they was gonna give him a job. They would clear his record. He has a little domestic violence, little stuff like that. I don't know what else he had. He had some other stuff, but they were gonna clear his record and get him a job back in law enforcement. He wanted to get back in law enforcement really bad, so they said they will help him get a job, either back with the feds or some type of a police officer, or state or government or something, county, something.
And he's also so he's meeting with the police as he's setting you guys up. There's a thing where it was planned that they were just gonna shoot y'all or kill y'all. Were they planning on killing you guys?
Yes, they're supposed to be dead that day. There's two statements made. One's in the book. It says the deader the better. And they asked him who said that, and he said the FBI, because they could have arrested us when we pulled up.
Fernando made that statement.
Fernando made that statement. The deader the better. The FBI said that because he was saying, "Why did you guys arrest them at my apartment?" You know what I mean? Because the guns are in the closet and they're going to be unarmed. And he said the FBI said the deader the better. They wanted us at the rest stop. They wanted to shoot us up right there. And the other witness was his girlfriend, common law wife. They have kids together, they live together. And she said that there's supposed to be no survivors in the car. We were supposed to die in that car. That's why the saying was there. He's supposed to get out, and they're supposed to riddle us right there in that car. They had snipers and everything there.
And also Fernando, like, he had issues with domestic.
Yeah, he had a bunch of problems with not just his girl, but other people, other females that he had domestic violence with.
So not really a reputable person at all.
He's stealing guns as a police officer, selling stuff. I mean, you know, come on.
Anything else I've been missing that you want to go into the trial? Anything that wasn't?
Well, there was a witness. I did a Freemason Act years later, and I got the discovery. And they always redact like people's addresses and names. But there's a witness statement saying that at the bank where they shot the place up and they supposed to stole, carjacked the lady's car trailer, they drove to about a mile away to a residential area. And there was an eyewitness that saw the robbers. And she never, of course they're going to send her pictures. Look, is these the guys? Show pictures of Charlie May. So she didn't ID us, say it was us. But she said they got into a car, a gray van, and had windows. You know, slanted windows, dark windows. So they put that information on a show called Crime Stoppers. And they got tips that two African American guys, that they took the van to a chop shop as soon as that aired. As soon as that show Crime Stoppers aired, they got rid of that van. They took it to the chop shop. And then these guys are known doing stuff. So they had their full names, they had the tag number of the van, and they got the two tipsters letting them know, right? They didn't tell us about none of that information. They didn't even tell us about the witness that saw the guy. This is an actual witness that saw the robbers. They withheld all that information against us. That's Brady violation right there. All that exculpatory evidence. That would help clear us that it wasn't us. She didn't see me. She didn't see Charlie. So she saw some other people. So why are you holding that against us? We should see that. You know?
Oh, wow. How long was the trial?
7 weeks, man. Long was 7 weeks. And the jury was out for 3 days. So think about this. Jury should come back with hours or a day, whatever. For 3 days, they deliberated. And some of the questions they asked was like, is entrapment a blanket defense? Does it cover all the charges? You know?
How come y'all couldn't get off for entrapment?
Well, because they said if you're predisposed, if you're committing other crimes, that's why they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. That's why they threw the banks involved. Because if you're committing robberies already, then you can't claim entrapment. So you have to be involved in some type of crime already. So you're already in the element. You're already doing something. You can't say I was entrapped. You know, you're already in the game. You was committing crime. So you're predisposed. You was already doing it. So that's what happened. They found guilty of the banks. They said, well, they're robbing banks. Then, and the evidence against the banks was pretty much Fernando. It was just Fernando.
Just Fernando's statement.
The prints, the ballistic, the weapons that we had, that we got arrested with, that came out from the closet, that belongs to Fernando, they tested those, and they said they came back negative. They didn't match the shooting of the police officer, and they didn't match the shooting at the bank. And they even found a shell casing at one of the banks. Like I said, everything came back. The fingerprints, the hair from the wig. Then there was a bunch of masks and disguises that was at Fernando's house, and I even had a mask on me. Well, they flipped them inside out, and they found hair in them. Okay, a lot of them, over 7 of them. Well, every time they checked it, it wasn't me. It wasn't Soto. It wasn't Charlie. Okay, if we're committing crimes with this equipment, putting masks off and on, that should be my hair in there. Never. Not once. It came back negative. That's actual, tangible evidence you could hold and say, hey, this DNA did not match these guys. Not once. It was a whole different category. It was never our category.
And who was your lawyer?
I forgot his name.
State appointed?
No. Charlie had Wayne Powell, and then Soto had Lisa Evans and David somebody. Einstein, right? Eisenberg.
Okay.
Eisenberg, something like that. Something like Eisenberg. That was his name a while back. That was the trial lawyer.
Okay. And they couldn't...
A lot of stuff, like the stuff with the guns in the car, we didn't catch that on to that till later on.
Why is that?
And nobody catched on to it. We didn't realize, like, the criminal complaint and the pictures don't line up. We didn't catch on to that till later. You know.
How much later?
At the trial.
Oh, wow.
After the trial. And then the thing with our witness, we didn't know that the damn police, FBI, and Fernando moved her against her will. She made a deposition, which I have a copy of, that they forced her to move. She didn't want to move. And then about him having the guns, and they're already like almost a week in advance, they were in the closet, that he told her the guns came from the FBI. And that's what they used to convict us. The guns that look similar to the bank robberies stuff, you know. The clothes look similar, you know. It's a bunch of BS, man. You can see a guy in a picture with a black gun, and you get arrested with a black gun. You know how many black guns there are in America? Come on, man. It's ridiculous.
And Fernando, he's reading statements and dispositions and all that from the FBI.
Yeah. He made one different statement, because I had a Rule 33 to come back in 2006. And he made a statement saying that he read, they let him see the photos, and he read the 302. 302 is an FBI statement. And he read the statements from witnesses and the victims saying that, you know, what happened. And what happened at the bank. And he also read newspapers and seen it on Fox 29. You know, he's seen the things on TV where they talked about what happened at the bank. So he had a lot of information already, and he wants to get that reward money. I think it was $50,000 at the time. He wanted to get that reward money. You know what I mean? So he's going to stay and do what he wants.
So how much time do you guys end up getting?
We got sentenced to life plus 25.
Okay. How did you ultimately get out? I know you filed a motion.
Yeah, well, we had things pending, you know, with the guns and the 9. We got life sentence, but this case called U.S. versus Taylor was going to the Supreme Court to hear if attempted robbery is a crime of violence or not. Because in order to get to 924C, you got to have a crime of violence or a drug offense. In our case, you know, attempted robbery on a truck, and they've ruled that it's not. You can do attempt without having any type of violence. So because of that, he won the case, but it also affects our case. And they threw our life sentence out. We had to go back and get resentenced. And they actually resentenced us to 30. They gave us 30 extra months on top of our regular sentence, and we still had time in. And then they released us.
Wow. Do you have a motion now to overturn?
Well, I have a motion in about the moving the witness, about that exculpatory evidence where the eyewitness saw, and then the thing with the Crime Stoppers. So I'm trying to see if I can get something.
Are you doing your motions yourself? Do you have someone helping you?
Well, yeah. Soto was one of the guys that did a lot of motions for us too. Soto was like a little pro-legal guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was Soto. He was putting stuff in on his own, you know. I was like, man, I need this guy as a backup, you know. But he was doing a lot. Nobody knows the case better than you. If you're not fighting, if you're not, you know what I mean, pushing, The lawyer is not going to do it. And so anybody that get caught in the criminal system, you better be the one fighting and pushing. You better know your case better than anybody. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting screwed over, even in the feds.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so what's the motion that you have right now? Can you explain it?
Well, it's basically just saying like a fraud in the court. There was fraud was done in the court where the jury and the judge didn't hear the actual evidence.
Okay.
Things were withheld, or things were stated in a certain way that wasn't factual. So about the guns, about the witness, and the other suspects. They could have been help the juries be like, well, maybe all you need is reasonable doubt. If you get one juror on your side that believe that maybe you didn't do it, then you get a mistrial, and that's a win for you. It's better than a guilty. So all you need is one juror, and like I said, it went for 3 days. 3 days to deliberate it. I mean, the crazy part was when they came out. It's in the newspaper too. When they came out, a couple of the women were crying, and me and Charlie looked at each other. We said, "Yeah, they found us guilty. Either they was forced to do it. They're tired. 3 days they've been out deliberating. They got jobs and kids or whatever. So they're crying. I'm like, if you know or feel that we're guilty, why would you cry? Why would you cry? They're guilty. They did it. Let them, pay for that. But no, you coming out here in this courtroom and you're crying. Some of the jurors were crying. I was like, that's crazy. They knew something wasn't right. Our kids were so screwed up.
Yeah.
Fernando was the main thing.
So did Fernando ever get a job?
No. They took him, he had at least 20 open applications in law enforcement. County, state, local, all that things. They took him up down to East Coast. Took him down there, down to Florida. The FBI, they said that the FBI actually got in the FBI car and drove him to different places. But ain't nobody going to hire that guy. You messing up cases by stealing evidence. This is documented. You know what I mean? How am I hire you? You destroy evidence. I don't want you around me. So of course he's not going to be able to get hired. But they did their part to make it look good for him. He fell for it, and they drove him around, make it look good. They knew that he wasn't going to get no job. Ain't nobody going to hire somebody like that.
Wow. Where's Fernando right now? He
died. He OD'd. He OD'd because he couldn't take it. He knew he did wrong. You know what I mean? What he did to us was way, way beyond.
Karma is something else.
Karma is, yeah.
Wow.
I lost 26 years, 3 months, and 3 weeks for this case. You know what I mean? I got shot in the federal penitentiary. There's a lot of drama, man. A lot of things happen, man. You see things, you be like, holy shit, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? It's a lot of violence. Penitentiary.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and telling your story. Is there any last minute statements that you want to say?
Well, I hope that the young guys understand, man, that street life, the gangs, and the things they get involved with, they think is, nobody's gonna get hurt, or they got control of something. Hope they open their eyes and realize they ain't got control of nothing. The only win-win is stay out of it 100%. There's no such thing as a short thing. Because I went to get that $1 million. Guess what? That was a short thing. And I ended up with a life sentence. I got shot in the ass for a short thing. Guaranteed money. Nobody will get hurt. Inside job. And look what happened. Don't let that happen to you. Learn from my mistakes, man.
Yeah.
Do something better. Life is short.
What's next for you?
Well, I've been working, helping out the kids. I've got 2 different places. I got a part-time volunteer work, what I do with people, working with the young guys that are at risk. I'm trying to help them not make my mistakes. And right now, I'm waiting to get a call back for a job, also doing the same thing, more full-time. So I want to get back. I want to try to help people. I'll let people know, like, my days in the past, the things that I did, I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want to go around hurting people. I don't want my family. So when you do something wrong, you get arrested or you die or you get shot, you make the people that love you, your family, make them victims. They're the first ones to become victims. My mom died of a broken heart, man. She thinking 2 of her sons are going to be in jail and die because they have life sentences. She died 2010. You know what I mean? I can't. Right now, I wish to God I can just hug her. Sometimes I feel like calling her. I can't hear her voice. You can't take certain things you can't take back.
No, I got you. Well, we appreciate you sharing your story. Appreciate you coming on here. This was dope. You gave us a lot of information. I'm gonna start calling Comcast, setting up some extra cameras. You know, start trying to figure out if there's something that can hack a jammer, that can block a jammer. Yeah, and he also told me I got to fix my window in the basement because he said Joe could get in there. Well, the old Joe. I don't know about if this Joe can get in there.
Can't fit no more.
Well, we appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. I'll wrap it up.